Hi, everyone. Welcome to the ARH September 2021 live stream party. I'm here joined with Lance.
Hey, how are you?
What do we have planned for today, Lance?
Oh, well, we're gonna do a live stream. No, well,
Uh,
today I have. Let's see here. It's 2 o'clock, so typical Sunday. I missed mass because we slept till 11:30, and then we turned on the Saints game, and they have 9 starters out due to various reasons, so they are getting annihilated. And now I'm here with you, my best friend in the Destiny world,
we
and
have a
you're
lot of
looking
greats.
you're looking
we,
sharp too. I like this shirt, man. It looks good.
thanks. Thanks. So, a lot of great things planned today. We won't spoil it all, but a lot of great announcements coming and lots of prizes. So, we hope you stick around to the end. Before we get started, put all the great information we're about to share with you guys. Let's talk for a second, Lanza, about how all of this gets started. How all of this got started.
From the beginning,
Yes,
the very beginning, like the Genesis.
the genesis.
Okay, so I think a lot of people know the AHR story, but in the beginning, there was Worlds. What was that? Was it 2019? I guess. I Okay. It feels like the last year or two feel like one big long slog of a year, but the last FFG Worlds that we all participated in, um, there was a lot of hype of that. That felt like a really really positive vibe for the whole community. I mean, what a weekend! It was just a blast seeing everybody, and there was a lot of excitement and 500 people, and everybody felt like the health of the game was at an all time high. And then we got back and we got delays with covert missions, and um, things got real quiet on the FFG side. So um, some of us kind of felt like the writing was starting to be put on the wall regarding the potential end of the game. Um, I got nervous about it because I live and breathe this game. Um, some of my best friends, lifelong friends that I've made over the last several years, or because of Star Wars Destiny, and it all started with just me showing up at our card shop with my daughter looking for something to do. And I met a guy named Joseph and his son Cooper, and they immediately got us looking at Star Wars Destiny. This was in like October or something like, or no, it was in November of whatever year. So anyway, I have a lot of passion for this because of that beginning with my kids. But we all there was rumblings that it felt like the FFG just really um, did not have the. Yeah, I don't want to throw them under the bus, but maybe not the passion for it for whatever reason, maybe production reasons, profitability of the game, whatever the case may be. But it felt like, you know, being being the optimist I always am. I was I did feel like it was coming to an end. So I reached out to a couple of people in the community, some of the larger name folks, Agent of Zion, um, Bobby Sapphire from Hyperloops, and I was like, "Do you guys have like any contingency plans in place for this? Because there's a lot of us that love this game, and a lot of us want to continue to play it. And I feel like that maybe we're staring at the end here. There's the rumors are playtesting hasn't really been um, active recently. We're several months behind in covert missions and et cetera, et cetera. And um, Zion is the one that I really got the best. I not the best. I'm not going to say the best feedback, but it was I guess the most constructive feedback from him because of the relationship I had with him over that time. He was the guy that him and Vika were the guys that I would play late at night. hop on TTS, and they were the I always went after them because they made me the maddest at the game because I wasn't so great at Destiny, but I wanted to always play with the best, and I always got the good constructive feedback from those guys, um, as harsh as it was. So Zion, he gave me some ideas about, hey, listen, this is something that you want to do. It's you know, you need to put the pieces in place, but you need to find the right people to be there with you. And long story short, he told me that he would help me mainly so I don't f it up. So no, and if anybody that knows Zion knows, the way that he's very blunt with it. So, and that was really it. It was, hey, I'll help you with it because I don't want to see it effed up. So we started putting the pieces together for ARH, and then everybody knows the story after that. We got that announcement from FFG about the conclusion of Destiny, um, and then at that point we kind of put it in overdrive and started getting people that I knew that would help us. The as disorganized as I seem, I do have a decent business that I run in the real world, and it's been successful because my business model has always been to surround myself with people that were a lot smarter than me. I have strengths, but I don't have strengths in all areas. So um, that was the same model I put with ARH.
Yeah, look at
Uh,
us now. We're like 1 year and a half later, coming up to 2 years,
yeah,
and four coming up to be your fourth set that we're going to be releasing. So really excited about everything that's been done, and from an OP perspective, um, we've had three release parties. We've had Galactic Opens. We've just had a tremendous of great initiative happen. But we realized to grow the game, um, that you know we need to do better. We need to do more, and we got a lot of great feedback from you guys. So that's why I'm really excited that you guys all joined today. So before we get started with the really hype announcements, um, I think we need to do a wheel.
you want to
To,
do a wheeled nail?
yeah.
All
Yes.
right, all right. So where do I go again to find all the names? Users in chat. I found it. I got it. So it looks like we got 54. It went from like 60 something to 50 something. Maybe that means that somebody heard Will and 12 people hopped off. So so what we're going to do today, uh, because apparently my Greek friends love the Will so much that we're going to do some just giveaways throughout the announcements today. This is not going to be a stream just me spinning a wheel, obviously, um, which is kind of ironic, spinning the wheel, because that's how I feel most days of my life, that I'm just spinning my wheels. Uh, excuse me. So anyway, first thing we're going to do is, obviously everybody should know that we have a Galactic Open coming up. It's the Tatooine Open. The Canto Bight Galactic Open was a huge success. Amazing prizes, spot glosses. We're doing it again on the first weekend of October. So the first thing I'm going to do is the wheel right now. We're going to give away an entry to that event. So here's the thing: if you get to choose what heat you want to be in, and if you've already registered and paid and you happen to be the winner, then feel free to pass it down to whoever you like. Um, so I've got 66 people. Let me share my screen. And you guys are right. The wheel does take me a long time because I like to hype it so much. Alrighty. Let's see here. There we go. Alrighty. Let's spin the wheel. Where's the page at? There it is. You wanted to spin for a full minute, right, El Rathian?
Nope.
All right, how about 15 seconds? All right, for my best friend Mac Bag, here we go.
sting about Star Wars Destiny Streams is a wheel. And who's gonna win?
Thomas, I played him yesterday. Congrats, man. Hope you'll be available that weekend. Pick a heat and you get to play for free. All right. Now I'm done with my wheel. Go ahead, Alrath.
Congratulations. All right, so it's time for the first big announcement. Um, you might have already seen some of this change if you have been a careful observer on the colors of people's name tags. But we have some really exciting announcements in the on the admin side. Lanza, you want to talk about that?
Sure. So, it's been no secret that the summer's been kind of a downtime with the Destiny community. I don't think that necessarily has any reflection on the health of the game. I think it's just, it's been a summer. People have been trying to figure out if it's safe to go back out or not. Kids are out of school, things like that. Anyway, what we've decided to do on the admin side is we've got um, the administrative team was built to 6 people. It was myself, Elrath, Zion, Cruisin, um, as in Gandork. And you know, life happens, people move in different directions, etc. So what we've done first is we've created a legacy role, and effective now, Cruisin, Zion, and um, I'm sorry, Aaron from Australia. Good grief. Aaron are moving into the legacy role. They're still going to be integral parts of the admin team. However, we're going to kind of try to relieve them of their responsibilities while they're dealing with life stuff. I mean, obviously, this is a game. This is a volunteer project, and we don't want anyone to feel like they're letting the community down because they're not able to put the time and effort into it, like for those particular departments, like they should. So, uh, that being said, they're still around. They're not going anywhere. We love them, especially Cruisin. But no, I love all of them. I'm just saying Cruisin because he's my karaoke Gen Con buddy. But anyway, so that being said, have we've moved them into the board of directors, if you will, and we are introducing 3 new admins, and we are introducing a new structure to the admin team. So first,
First one.
the first one is, and we'll always. I'm a southern. I'm a I'm a southern gentleman, so I always say ladies first. So our first introduction will be Sarah Evans. Sarah is our newest admin. She is she has been basically uh, the person in charge of um, the production design. I mean, every beautiful thing that you see with Star Wars Destiny is because of her. Visually, the cards, the everything is amazing. The spot, all of this starts with her and her team. So, Sarah, if you want to turn on your screen and introduce yourself to the world, there she is.
Yeah, so I've been with the production team for probably almost a year now. I came in sort of FA time when the guys had some dodgy spoilers out there. So I came in and just kind of helped clean that up. We have a team of 3 of us, and we're adding Echo 3 of Clubs as well to that team. So the team at the moment is Solace, Echo 3 of Clubs, who are going to be on the art side of things. So that's filling that, beautiful sort of container area with stunning Star Wars art. That is a lot of work for that sort of side of things. So we're adding Echo 3 of Clubs to help Solace with that. There's an awful lot of like Star Wars knowledge you need for that kind of role. Make sure you get the theme right for the card. And then there's me and Yomon, who kind of take all the bits and pieces and basically make it into that, print ready card for people like Kingwoods and Ajos, and what you kind of see on TTS as well. So yeah, that's kind of what production does as a nutshell. We also do like the OP stuff as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of joining the admin team now and having a kind of overview look of things, making sure we're organized, making sure, we're meeting our deadlines, and yeah, really excited to push ARH through as much as possible and become part of the team.
Can't be more excited. Really happy to have you, Sarah. Sarah,
I,
how did you get started with Destiny?
I started back in, I think it's 2017, so Spirit of Rebellion was out, and I saw it at UK Games Expo, which is kind of like our version of Gen Con, I suppose. And I just kind of bought it on a whim. At the time, I was playing board games, I was playing Imperial Assault, so I was kind of a little bit in the FFG world. But yeah, I saw it on a whim. I bought it. It took probably a couple of weeks for me to convince anyone to play it with me. But when I did, I just kind of fell in love with that start set, and it just kind of set me on the path of buying so many boosters and having that thrill of opening boosters. I'd never been a card player before, so that was kind of a real rush of experience for me. I'd probably say I was a tabletop Destiny player for probably about 6 months before I kind of started my local group in South London. And then I started joining the competitive scene, doing reasonably well. I became a regular at kind of UK events. And yeah, so it just kind of kept growing and growing for me, really. And I've never lost the passion for Destiny, even where we are now with the game. I still absolutely love it.
Great, great. And that's a great segue. We're bringing in passionate people. Another such passionate person that we're really excited that has joined the team is the 86. He has done a lot of work himself, and so we look for people. If you want to join our team, whether it's in an admin position or whether you just want to support the initiative, we're looking for people. This is an open community. We're always looking for more bodies and more people who are willing to help us. And so the 86 was one person who was just showing a lot of initiative himself. We saw him posting Facebook posts about with polls about what would you like to do with OP, and we're like, wow, this is great. Like, this is a guy who's very excited, and he couldn't even wait to put on his camera. He's that excited to show himself to the world. So here he is, the 86. You want to introduce yourself?
Hello, I am the 86, and I am with ARH. Words.
What are you
Awkward.
going to be doing for ARH?
Oh, yeah, what am I going to be doing with ARH? I am going to be helping and being in charge of the OP, which stands for Organized Play. So I hope we have some fun things, and maybe there will be some fun announcements today coming through, but I'm going to try. I should keep my mouth shut because of spoilers.
yeah,
That'll come later.
the 86 has been super awesome. Just to kind of um, piggyback on what Elrath was saying, like he's been a pretty integral part of the on the censors Discord, pushing physical play, and that's without getting ahead of ourselves with our announcements. That's kind of always been the passion and the goal here was to have that physical play experience for the community. So um, we're just pleased to have him uh, agree to come aboard. And also what El Rathian said, the more the merrier. We don't want this to feel like this is a closed um, a closed door project. The more people, the more people we have that are putting their passion, their hands on this project, the better. Uh, so I guess, and to go with the theme of alternating, our next announcement. Um, so really the structure here that we're trying to build is to have admins that are basically uh, department leads. We're all kind of there is no president of AHR. We're all kind of vice presidents together of certain departments. Sarah is obviously on the production design side. The 86 is doing the organized play. I with the help of Mephisto, he's going to help me as on my team to really solidify the communication and I'm good at hype, but I'm bad at communicating. If that's if that makes any sense. Anybody that knows me knows that makes perfect sense. So the 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 main, obviously, organized play, I feel like, is the main the main thing that's going to keep this project moving. But obviously, to have organized play be successful, we have to have a nice product, and the product is the cards, the gameplay, and that is been, we saw the success from Redemption, from Faltering Allegiances, Redemption with Elrathian, Aaron with High Stakes, and now we are bringing in Rock Control. George, our friend from Greece, is our current set 4 lead, and he is our newest admin, and him and Elrathian will be heading up the design department. George, how are you?
So, hello everyone. Good evening from Greece. I'll be joining the team. I'll be helping my friend Elrathian with the design and playtest parts of the team. As you said, having the cards to play with is one of our most important things we need to take care of. Making them pretty, organizing events are some of the other things we need to take care of. And I think we got a really passionate team here. We got people involved from the very beginning, and I'm very excited for my new position here.
I'm really excited to have you. We're going to be going into it a little bit in just a second with when we go into design. But I've seen you grow as a designer. You were part of the inaugural team for Faltering Allegiances, and we saw your passion, dedication to design, and your talent, frankly. And so, really excited to have you. And George is not only a talented designer, but he's also a very talented player. Um, he's world renowned in Greece and beyond, and the European scene. And so we're very excited to um, to have him on board. And so I know you all are very excited to hear about what we have upcoming for design and OP, but just to give everyone 2 more seconds to tune in, we're going to give Lanza another opportunity to make somebody happy with the wheel.
Okay. So let's go back to the stream, and we have 66 in now.
Oh, order 66.
Oh, that's funny.
Execute
And,
order 66.
all right, let's give away another entry to the Galactic Open. First weekend of October, the Tatooine Open, the first major. Oh, it's not. Never mind. It's the next major event for for us. So let's go ahead and see.
By the way, Rebel Trader, I don't think the
No favorites. I'm just saying. I played the Greek music, and Mac Vag came up. So, oh,
That sounds rigged.
sounds rigged.
hilarious.
But
Oh
I
my
believe Lanza.
God.
Oh,
All right, there it is. Sorry, y'all missed the spin. Uh, oh my God. That's such a me thing to do. Congrats, MacVac. And just because of that, I'll do another one. So PM me, let me know what heat you can play in, and you'll play it for free. And we will do one more. Can everybody see my screen now? Yes. All right. Oh my God. Where's the thing at? Oh, there it is. I thought we were gonna have another Grease winner. Mohip, let us know, man. If you want to play in the Galactic Open, hit me up on Discord or Facebook, and I will get you in. Congrats.
and Lanza, we need to add Hippo to the wheel. because he just tuned in. There's
Okay.
some late people who entered, so I want to make
All
sure
right.
that they
Well,
get in for the
we'll get
next one.
they'll have a next. Yeah, I delete them and redo them. I am good at that. So good at
Okay.
deleting.
Great. So now the first couple of exciting spoilers here. So let's talk about design for a minute here. So the first thing we want to talk about is um, an interesting update with a card that has had a lot of impact. You want to pull that on this the screen here, Rebel Trader? Mean Streets is going to be not so mean moving forwards, as we are banning it for competitive play. And this has been a card that has been a thorn in the eye of many competitive players, and it's been a really strong card for a very long time. But a lot of people felt that the card has had its day. It was initially kind of more of a fringe card, as there were not a lot of really strong scoundrels to pair the card with. But as the card pool expanded and more options became available, this card quickly became a really design confounding and meta confounding cards, to where if you had games where you won the battlefield role, this card could win you games with a claim effect. Cards that were perfectly well costed, like Reversal, at 3 costs to resolve an opponent's die, all of a sudden potentially became free. To resolve an opponent's die, you could pay 0 to remove 2 dice with, flee to scene. You could pay 0 cost potentially to jump to light speed and just skip an entire um, rounds, and those were effects that were really hard to play around for players. And so our hope is that with this ban, we'll see the meta open up more, and we'll see a richer diversity of decks. So that's the first announcement we want to share with everyone, and an article will be forthcoming about that.
And if I can chirp in real quick, I meant to say something earlier. Um, Gandork is still on the admin team. He is just under the weather today, so he's not available to be on. So I just wanted to clarify that he would be here, and this would be his platform. He is still our rules Jesus, man in charge of balance and new holocrons. So sorry, just wanted to get that out there.
Absolutely. We're definitely missing Gander today, and a great call out. Um, the next one I'm really excited about, and everyone hold on to your seats. We have a new product that is coming. We'll just tell you about the product that is coming and when it's coming, but we won't show you anything yet. We'll just keep you a little bit longer in suspense. But we are proud to announce that a 2-player set is in production, and that will be launched December of this year.
Yes, and just to chime in on this, and I'll let you and George kind of elaborate. The two-player set. This is not just a online platform. This is going to be a physical two-player set, um, in the same spirit as the original one with Ray and Poe and Kylo and Phasma. Uh, this is going to be really something that's going to provide an opportunity not for a new batch of cards, but also to really try to bring more new players into the game. Um, Going back to the way that I started, my wife knew I was a Star Wars fan. I hadn't touched competitive games in years. I played Star Trek. The Decipher Trek game was the most recent one. But my wife picked up the two-player game just as a extra. Who knows? She probably found it on Amazon for half off. So it sat under my coffee table for months, and I picked it up and opened it up. I was like, okay, this is cool. It's got dice in it. I like to gamble, so let's try some dice. Let's try a dice game, and then that's how Destiny progressed for me. was that 2-player game, and we're hoping that this is something that is going to bring new people into it. Also, it kind of an opportunity for those pre-built decks to learn the game, and also for the more the players that are currently playing, an opportunity for newer cards also.
Yeah, and you'll see that's a team for today. Really, we're so excited to give people opportunities to grow their communities locally. That's what we're all about, and you'll see that reflected in a lot of our announcements today. We want this to be a very strong standalone product that people can just pick up and just play against each other, but also something that can be fun to incorporate into their local metas, pairing with other cards, so they can use that as a foundation to build some of their initial decks. And we hope that it's going to be a vehicle for new player growth and to get new players into the game. So that's the first very exciting um, announcement. The second one, we got Raw Control here, design lead for set 4. Raw Control, could you share the set name with us?
Yeah, I went with a simple name. We will just call it ARH4. I mean, I assume no one else wants anything else. Should be fine. I mean, it's our 4th set. I was about to call it set 4 or something, but ARH4 seems good enough for a name.
I
Nah,
don't think so.
okay. I don't think so too. So traditionally, every set name comes from a card in the set. Maybe this time it breaks the tradition. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But the set will be called. Do we have the slide? Yeah. It will be called
But it comes with a
Un-
spoiler too.
Unlikely Heroes. So November 19th will be our release date, as we announced. The set is in the final steps of playtesting. The design step is over. I think right now we've done an amazing work with the set so far. I'm really happy about our team. Our team consisted of Echo 3 of clubs, Echo 7, Atomisk, and Rebel Traitor. 2 of our designers actually joined us for the first time, and I can assure you they all had some amazing ideas, and I'm really, really excited to see what the final product will look like. So maybe you want to talk about the spoiler?
I'll leave that privilege to your Raw Control. Talk to us about it.
So I assume you see on your screen Previsla. So Previsla is a very interesting character. He's 13 health, so pretty tanky. Well suited for a Mandalorian. He can wield his Mandalorian axe. He has 3 damage side, although mixed, and a very interesting text. So he starts the game with a Dark Saber on him. Keep in mind that he can only bring the high stakes Dark Saber. There should be a clarification in the ROG. And a power action that synergizes with removing your own dice to give him 1 shield. That doesn't sound that interesting, does it? Maybe there's some more synergy in the set with that. We'll see about that. So he's a very strong character. I think he will be interesting in both coasts. He will be one tanky character at 1 die, and a pretty beefy and big character on 2 dice. I don't know what you think.
I think he's very strong. We're excited to see how he's going to impact the meta moving forward.
Yeah, he should be a character comparable to Hondo, since he's pseudo 3 die at 17 points, just like a single die Hondo. And those 2 will probably fight for that spot in the 17 big yellow villain characters.
Yeah, we just want to give a shout out to both Sarah and Solis for working on this beautiful design here. I think
Yeah, the art is amazing. Our cards are amazing as always. That's a great job from everyone. I'm really, really pleased about it.
Yeah, this one's very hot off the press.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I like I like the balance with those type of characters where you do have the the high health uh, with a kind of a high cost, but then it's offset with the mixed damage sides. I'm interested in seeing what else is coming to synergize with the power action. Um, I love the design from High Stakes Dark Saber. I think it's extremely cool to have a card like that um, that you cannot overwrite, and there's a huge drawback to it. That's the thing that I've always loved about the balance with some of the good Destiny stuff is, you know, the drawbacks to having those cards on the table. As strong as it may appear, um, to be able to start with 3 dice immediately like that, um, to be able to lose an upgrade of that value by defeating that character is pretty strong.
Yeah, Dark Saber is a very, very strong die for the resources, but it comes with high risk, and that should make him a little bit more interesting. He should be your first target, but maybe you don't want him to be your first target. So I think it will force some interesting decisions, and that's
Right,
definitely a sign for a great card. But we might be wrong about it. No
right.
one knows.
So let's talk about another elephant in the room for some people, which is the reprint list. Um, we have had it live for a couple of weeks now, and we definitely have seen it to have a very meta shaping effect. As we ask the community to chime in on which cards they would like to um, see hit the scene for a couple of months, and we um, we really saw that it was people voting for the greatest hits of Destiny, and so we're hoping that a lot of people are having fun with kind of seeing cards back into the meta that they have not touched for a long time. But I think we all understand that this is not something that would be competitively sustainable for an extended period of time, as we have noted. So we are, as announced, working on a revamped restricted list that treads the balance a little bit more carefully. And so, Rock Control, do you want to talk about some of the principles we're using to craft that new reprint list?
Yeah, first of all, we need to include cards that should be something like evergreen, cards that are very important for a faction identity that are simple, good, and tested. We need to keep in mind what is rotating out and what will be missing. Lots of cards are actually rotating out with convergence, so we need to keep that in mind when making a reprint list. We need to include some interesting cards, some simple cards, and try to stay away from overly strong cards as we've seen with the current reprint list, as lots of people have called it the Wild West. And keeping all those in mind, we'll have a list for about 100 cards or so. Definitely not fixed right now, but those are our main principles, I think. Did I forget anything?
No, yeah, I think you're right on, George. And there are going to be strong cards that we reprint that we include in the list, but it's not going to be um, 80 or 60% of it, right? They are it's going to try to create a holistic ecosystem. Um, that is to say, when we're making those decisions, we're going to be looking at like what is rotating out, how does that impact the number of zero cost removal that is available, one cost, two cost removal. How is that going to impact the number of research generating cards, supports, vehicles, etc. So to where we don't have like the 20 best removals in Destiny being added to a list on top of all of the great removal that is existing, or that it's going to be pushing out any existing ARH standard cards in the process, and then maybe finally also cards that fit well with the theme and the flow of the sets that are being created. So
Yeah, exactly.
we're very excited about that. We have, I think, a beautiful list under construction, and when the time is right, we'll shed a little bit more light on that. But for now, let's talk about the upcoming release schedule. And so, for the release schedule, this is actually, I know that we've shared a release schedule with you guys before, but we actually have talked internally in terms of like what's the right balance between growth and excitement for the game, and there have been some slight changes to make sure that it accommodates people's ability to feel that the content is fresh and exciting. And so we have a lot of interesting things to share there. Alonso, do you want to walk us through it?
Um, yes. So what am I doing? The wheel again?
No, the the, the
The
release
the, up,
schedule.
the upcoming
Oh.
release schedule. I was just kidding. All right. So actually, I was posting spoilers everywhere. All right. So our release schedule, we've got a pretty solid outlook for now going into the end of 2022. Um, so we all know now that Unlikely Heroes is step 4. This is being released on November the 19th. That is that Friday. You guys know how it goes with us. We kind of have a joke where things end up getting released a day or so early. Um, so those will be on the website. That set will be live on the 19th of November with the updated restricted list. This also includes rotation with convergence. The one in, one out is finally going live. Uh, we are rotating convergence, not the entire cycle, just that one set. Um, the next one is December 2021. We've already spoiled it, the 2-player set, and we will be rotating the draft set. What specifically draft set are we speaking of, Elrath? Allies and Necessity. So that draft set will be rotating out in introduction to the 2-player set. Um, March 11th, 311 Day, 2022, will be set 5. And also just remember, all new sets will be followed up with a release party. That's like my biggest. That's my favorite time of the year is the release parties where we all get online for 12 hours and and have a good time. So anyway,
And spin the wheels, we know.
and spin the wheels and have drinks and have a good time. So March 11th is AHR 5, another release or another reprint update will be on that. You just get used to reprint updates. Reprint list updates will coincide with any new sets. At that point, we will introduce set 5 and rotate out Spark of Hope. July 15th, 2022, um, set 6, reprint list update. Uh, this is the day of reckoning for Anakin. And I know this will be the day, this will be like an extra birthday, extra Christmas day for Sarah. Transformations and covert missions will be rotating out on July the 15th, 2022. So we can finally put a fork in Anakin in that transformations Anakin. I know that'll make her happy. Um, and then finally, our last set for 2022, our last set for 2022 will be AHR 7. We will introduce a new reprint update, and then we will rotate. That will be the first rotation of an ARH set. We will rotate out Faltering Allegiances. Um, Kind of just to, emphasize what Arathian is saying. The reprint list is a huge deal. This is the opportunity for us to keep those evergreen cards in rotation, to keep our those physical cards that we've had for years relevant and playable. I love the outlook for what the play is going to look like over the next 14 months.
Thanks, Lanza. And you'll notice that this is a little bit more of an aggressive schedule than what was previously communicated, especially because um, we brought on a new team. We're excited. We have energy, and we're onboarding a greater group of people from the community at large to make sure that we can keep the content fresh and excited. So with that, I think we need to talk a little bit about OP.
Oh, poor Hypo in chat. I forgot. That's his only. I love you, Hypo, but you got to get off the Anakin decks, man. I mean, there's other things out there to play that are fun. Anyway, go ahead, 86.
All right, so we're going to OP. I think there are a couple announcements for OP. Lanza, did you know anything about? Did you know about OP? What are we gonna do for online? Is that gonna change at all?
Well,
Is it?
yes, there is going to
Oh,
be some changes. Um, so
what about
here's
Artificiary League? I like
okay.
Artificiary League. Tell me Artificiary League's still gonna stay.
Okay, so just calm down. So
Okay.
here we go. RP is or RP OP. I'm all over the place. All right, OP organized play. Right now, since just to rewind, obviously we know that ARH organized play has been strictly online TTS, and that is mainly due to pandemics and things of that nature that's cropped up over the last couple of years. So that being said, we are keeping the online play. That's where a majority of our players are currently with the TTS model. However, we're going to move a couple things under the the ARH umbrella. So starting starting October, the Artificiary Leagues will be the Renewed Hope Leagues. Same thing, same rules. Gandorf's running them the same exact way. We're just moving them under that Discord, that format. There will, you won't go to the our Artificiary site. You'll go to the ARH site to register for it. We're just going to basically be moving it over there. It's being assumed under ARH, so you won't pay Artificiary anymore. You'll pay us the $10 um, entry fee, and he'll manage everything over there. Um, the most consistent thing out there right now with online play has been the Entourage Gaming weeklies and the Echo Base. Echo Base really designed as a way for our international friends to be able to play at reasonable hours. Entourage Gaming has been. It started on Thursday nights. We moved it to Wednesday. We shuffled the times around a little bit, trying to get more people from the West Coast to be able to play. It's tailored off over the summer though, and we've come to a decision that after 70 weeks of running tournaments with Entourage Gaming on Wednesday nights or Thursday nights, um, starting September the 26th, which is a week from today, there will be what Mephisto 72. What's that mean? Anyway, um, starting September the 26th, a week from today, Entourage Gaming will be 72 weeks. Never mind. The chat's distracting me, so I can only do one thing at a time. Um, Next Sunday, Entourage Gaming will be under a Renewed Hope. It will fall under the Renewed Hope Discord. It will be managed and operated under there, and it will be Sundays at 2 p.m. So now we're going to we're going to, it's going to be announced each week what the format will look like or what time it'll start, things like that, if there's any adjustments. But you can go ahead and get used to Sunday afternoons being the time for your weekly standard tournaments. In celebration of this, to encourage people, or really as a thank you for 72 weeks of events, we are going to offer free entry into the tournament next Sunday. So there will be a TTO event created today. I will send I'll post it in the announcements in ARH and various Discords. The event will be free. It will start at 2 p.m. Central, and we will still do cash payouts. So ARH is going to throw some money up there, depending on the the amount of entries. The amount of people that sign up. I usually like to pay out all the X1s, so you can go ahead and just bank on that. Plus, we're going to do some random wheel stuff to give out some spot glosses, courtesy of Kingwood Hobbies. So, to hype it, to celebrate it, we're going to do that next Sunday. So please sign up. The more people that sign up, the more we'll put in the pot. We really want to do a thank you to the community for everything that they've contributed. Everybody that's played in a Entourage Gaming or Artificiary League, you guys have all reasons why we're still here. So, so that moving forward, next weekend, first week ARH weeklies, October Artificiary League will continue, but it will be under ARH. And then we will have our release event on November the 20th for Unlikely Heroes. Those signups.
And back to beginning of
and,
October, you forgot.
yeah, I completely missed the Galactic Open. So the Galactic Opens from Canto Bite were a huge success. I mean, we had a ton of people sign up, lots of cool prizes. The signups right now are less than what we want. It's not surprising though, considering the participation has been down over the summer, but we expect that to increase. Pay attention. Obviously, I'm giving away entries today. I'll probably give away entries next week. We really want to get people playing. We're going to do the same thing with the participation spot glosses. I think everybody's seen those, but I believe, which ones were they? 86. It was Grief.
Do we have a spoiler? Are we saying them, or are we showing them, or are we?
I don't know if we've got a slide for the. Yeah, throw that up there.
Yeah. So I believe Grief, Kara, and Gideon. So is there anything special about the Gideon Lanza?
Yes. So Grief. So you've got the three on the side, on the right. Grief, Cruel, or how do you say his name? The Ugnaught in Cardoon. Those are our participation prizes. So, and let me tell you, if anybody that played in the Canto Bite, I want everybody to really, really hype this, because anybody that received the spot glosses from the Canto Bite Open knows the quality of these things are phenomenal. I mean, they are beautiful. So, I mean, they are just as good as the ones that we were receiving in the past. So, those are going to be your participation spot glosses. Gideon, however, is going to be reserved for the top 4 of each heat. So the top 4 from each heat at the end, we're going to still run it like a normal Galactic Open. There's not going to be a top cut or anything. So it's all going to be based on your final records. But the top 4 from heats 1, 2, and 3 will receive the Moff Gideon spot gloss. So you're going to have an opportunity. Everybody's going to have an opportunity for the weekend. You play in all 3, you're going to get obviously a fun weekend. You're going to get the participation spot glosses. You're going to have opportunity to earn more tickets to turn in for previous spot glosses and the new ones that we still have not completely spoiled. They're coming up, and then just for playing, if you finish top 4, you're going to end up with the Moff Gideon too. So these are super hype, man. They're really cool. The registration is open. You can look in the announcements to find the links to register and to do your entry fees. So we really want lots of people to participate. So the more the merrier. Um, and then finally, for 2021 online play, the last thing will be the release event for Unlikely Heroes. So mapping out the rest of this year, we'll be doing the weekly events. We will be doing the leagues, October, November, December leagues. The Galactic Opens first weekend of October, and then November 20th will be the Unlikely Heroes release event, which will have participation prizes too. And like always, it will be free. So,
One of the things that we're
So I
really
think
missing. Go ahead.
after you.
So one of the things we're really
oh,
missing here.
I'm sorry. Let me clarify something. With the Moff Gideon, the Moff Gideon will be stamped with a top 4 to signify that is it. There will be a normal Moff Gideon available with the tickets, but it will not be stamped. So the top 4 one will have a top 4 stamp on it, so it will be much different than the normal one that will be eligible but you'll have to use tickets to get it. Sorry.
One of the things that we really have been missing here for a long time is an important component that I know that a lot of people care deeply about, which is in-person play. With COVID, that has been more difficult to execute, but we realize that a lot of you guys are ready to see each other in person again, to roll some dice, to feel the nice feeling of rolling those dice, and to have those great in-person experiences. And we have some really exciting announcements around that. 86, you want to take it away?
I will. I'm going to say a couple things though about what Lanza just said. He said the ARH weekly will be at 2 p.m. That is 2 p.m. Central. So just make sure everyone knows that. So 3 p.m. Eastern, I believe. Those of you that are BST can also clarify that in your brains. And also, that will be held with different content creators or TOs from the community. And that's the big thing that we're about right now is community, bringing people in and giving them a place in ARH. So El Rathion just spoiled it. Lanza got to spoil the cards. El Rathion got to spoil it in person. It's gonna happen. So let's talk about what our plans are. So for everyone who wants in-person play, we are planning to have a system in place where you can reach out to us, open by sometime in November for regionals or any kind of in-person event you're looking to hold. If you submit that through the ARH website, we will come alongside you and we can talk to you about what our expectations are, what we'd like for that event. And maybe we might give you some guidance on good dates or bad dates with other things going on and come alongside you and promote that event and help you make that what you want it to be. So we want in-person play to happen. We're going to have store kits available through the website, and that's the exciting part. Can I make it any more exciting? Just out of curiosity, I know this is going to be a little bit of a delay, so I'm not going to see it. Who here played in the Kanto bite? Can you do hashtag Kanto? Let's see hashtag Kanto light up the chat a little bit if you did that. For those of you that have done the geos in the past, those are also going to be moving to in person. We do have some plans for our European friends. So if you're overseas and you hear this announcement, don't feel sad just yet. We're going to do our best to make a plan for you. But we have 3 GOs that are set to happen for next year. So the drum roll for those. Oh man, ooh, we got a lot of hashtag Kantos in there. Woohoo! The drum roll. Oh, I'm sorry. Was I going to make an announcement? Yes. LVO, the Las Vegas Open in January of 2022. So that is going to be our first GO. So hope everyone is excited for that. You can start to book your plane tickets for Las Vegas now. I'm watching the chat. I'm sorry. All right. So the next one, we have 2 planned. We have at least 2. And in March, a lot of people came back on the survey that went around a few weeks ago. Maybe that was a while ago. Maybe it was a month ago, and said you were a certain proximity to the Midwest. One thing that we plan to have in March is a geo at Adepticon. So you can also begin planning your dates. It's the weekend of the 27th. So end of March, we'll announce what that specifically will look like. We are excited to possibly have. We're excited to announce that we have plans for Adepticon for that to be our second geo. Heck, let's blow it out of the water and let's make a third one. You guys want to make a third one?
Yes.
No one. Okay. Blue. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get the hype going. MomoCon in May. We're going to have our third geo. And so we have 3 in-person geos lined up, ready to go. We are going to talk to you and give some more announcements with those to come, but stay tuned, and we are excited to have those 3 that we plan on doing. A lot of you had questions about Worlds and what's going to happen with Worlds, and we have decided collectively as a group that Worlds should happen at Gen Con in August. So at Gen Con, plan on Worlds 2022 being our event there. So those are 4 ARH in-person events. You have regionals that you can register for. You have in-person events that you can also register for. And can we get anything more exciting than that? No? Okay, this chat's dead. All right, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, it's delay. All right.
There is a delay. Oh, there it is. All right. Yeah, just to really, I want everybody to really understand that obviously this is all contingent on the events happening. You know, if LVO for whatever reason decides to not happen this year, then we will we'll move it to another platform. But this is the most exciting thing that we've really been able to do. You know, I know just from the past year, just talking with El Rathian in such detail, this was always what we wanted, was to have that physical presence out there to get people together. Um, just to give a little insight on the decision making processes and what to expect from this stuff going into next year. LVO, as of right now, we feel like that's something that's real important. We had talked about Worlds being at LVO, but we just don't feel like. First of all, we had some issues getting in touch with them. They've had a change of management. El Rathian has been in contact with them now with their new management team, and from what I understand, not to put him on the spot, but I think that will be the one that he will be most directly working with. Um, it will be, you know, anybody that has been at any of the previous galactic qualifiers, you can expect the same type of atmosphere. You know, we'll have prizes on site. You know, we'll be running multiple events, different heats. You'll be able to turn in your tickets for prizes right there. It's going to be really, really cool. So that's the first Galactic Open. March 22, we feel like that's the one that the 86 is going to be representing in Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, Vegas is, you know, designed obviously for the West Coast. Adepticon for the central area of the country. Um, and the crossover too is what's going to be really phenomenal with this stuff. We're not expecting, obviously, you know, a lot of people are going to go just for Destiny, but we really want to pick out events where there would be a lot of crossover with other games and things like that, because we want people to really be able to enjoy the events and have Destiny to play too. Adepticon is obviously one of those opportunities. MomoCon is in Atlanta, Georgia, so you can imagine that that'll be the one I will personally be at. I will probably drag Mephisto with me since he is right there, whether he knows it or not. Um, it's at the Georgia World Congress Center, so really cool venue. Um, Memorial Day weekend. And then leading up into Worlds August, MomoCon has a bunch of cat girl weaves too, if you're into that. Okay. So August 2022 World Championships, Gen Con. Um, we, at first we weren't so great um, about pushing Worlds back that far, but we really wanted to have a lot of presence with other physical events leading up to a huge opportunity for Gen Con. Gen Con's the largest gaming convention in the world, so that's going to be a cool opportunity for everyone to be there. Um, and then not to mention, we don't want to leave anyone out. So, um, just to make sure everyone understands, when these registrations go open for Galactics, it's going to be basically, Vegas, Adepticon, MomoCon, Worlds, and then there's going to be, hey, if you want to volunteer to run a Galactic Open in your area, fill out this form. So, we really want the international folks, and if there's anyone in the Northwest, Northeast, whatever, wants to sponsor their own Galactic Open, then we will help them organize that, put them together with the prize support and any materials that they need. Kind of the same way that the regional kits will be. You'll be able to go online and you have local regionals with prize support at your local shop, and then we'll also be able to help you organize Galactic Opens too. So those are just the 3 opens that we are personally going to be working on setting up and sponsoring. But we are definitely expecting volunteers to come out and help sponsor other events from across the world.
And we have another. All right. Okay. We have another. We have an exciting other announcement from a production perspective, um, where we have really heard the feedback loud and clear about people being able to get their print cards in a reasonable amount of time, right? So frequently, like what used to happen in the past is that we were releasing the sets and we were spoiling everything and releasing everything by the release date, and then it would take people sometimes like up to um, it would take them sometimes up to like a month or a month and a half in certain areas for them to be able to get their cards, right? And so then the question is like, well, then how can you realistically do in-person play, right? And that's something that we really thought long and hard about. And so starting set 5, there will be a mechanism for pre-order where the stores that produce the prints or people are able to pre-order so that they can get the cards and the dice in a reasonable amount of time to be able to facilitate whatever event they want to do from in-person play. Whether that's they want to do something local with their store to celebrate a release happening, whether there is a um, major events upcoming that they really want to make sure that they get their dice and their cards for. We'll make sure that all of that is accommodated for. So that's the in-person play component. And with that, maybe that's kind of like exciting announcements for in-person and online play. We really want people to have the ability to start playing again and to get excited about seeing each other again. I'm hoping to see a lot of you guys in our inaugural in-person Galactic Opens in Vegas, and we will be opening up registration for that shortly, and we're excited about all the events that are going to be happening under the leadership of the 86. So with that, maybe Rebel Trader, do you want to spin up another wheel?
I think we need Lanza for that to set up the names. Let's keep the wheels from the end, maybe, assuming everything goes well.
I'll do it. That's fine.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
While you're doing that, also with in-person play, we do still have the quarterly kits. So if you're, very keen to get an event running locally, those are available. There's a link on the website to find those.
There we go. If we are happening to spin the wheel on somebody who's already won, we'll respin. But we are happening to spin the wheel on somebody who's already won, we'll respin. But there you go. There you go. The winner is Vika. The winner is Vika. Vika will be winning an entry for an upcoming GO, or he can pass it on to a friend who he really wants to invite to one of the events as well. Okay. Okay.
So going on with that, I know there have been a lot of questions about the database, and kind of stepping in here. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe there will be a new database launching in Q4 of this year.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
It is going to be a big project. We want to make it something that is good long term, easy to use, and has an easy interface, and people like to use it and go on there and everyone to be happy with it. It's going to be a lot of work to kind of keep it up, and if you have the skills and you would like to jump on board that team, feel free to reach out to us. We would love to have you on board and working as part of that database, because that's really key to what we do, and everybody loves the database. Nobody likes getting the cards, and so a lot of people now just even use the database. So it is very helpful. Everyone loves it, and that's the main thing I got for the
Yeah,
database.
and so just to set some realistic expectation for the database, why are we doing this, and like what can people expect, right? So the first thing is like we love the current DB. It's kind of the central place for people to go to, and like in the onset of the project, we actually had a dialogue about should we create a new DB or should we just use the existing DB, because there were some functionalities that we would love to have, but at the end of the day we were like, well, this is the central spot where people go, the community goes, they know it very well, and so we didn't want to take that away from the community. But what we have seen is we've had some issues getting updates pushed to the DB lately. We've had some lag and some outage issues that were starting to stack up, and it was starting to become a frustrating experience for people that we got a lot of feedback for. And so we decided that it was a necessary move to be able to create our own DB. With that being said, there's going to be multiple waves to this project, to where we can make sure that we can productionalize this quickly and then keep on iterating and improving. So the first idea is to make sure that DB goes live Q4 of 2021, as the 86 has mentioned, and that's going to be our MVP or minimal viable product. It's going to be a lift and shift in programming terms, which means that we are largely going to just use the existing repo and make a couple of quality of life updates, but it won't be like this, completely new product that's going to be unfamiliar to people. And then as time goes on, as we have more time, we're really going to make sure that we make a lot of extra quality of life improvements and make it look into a beautiful product. But we want to make sure that we stay lean and effective and get a DB out to the community that everyone loves to use. So that's that's as far as that goes. And so maybe we want to jump in now to a call to action to the community. So this project is bigger than all of us. We have a couple of passionate people here as admins that we are really excited that we have on the team. And then we have a lot of extra people that already are recruited to the project as well that we haven't even talked about. We've added as co-admins Majo, we've added Echo of Clubs, Slanda, Wonka, Mephisto, Rebel Trader, Age John, Echo 7, and that's a lot of extra people to the project. But what we want to reinforce as a call to action to the community is that if you want to be involved, our doors are open for more talented people who really are excited to um, join the game and to participate in making it grow. And so, where we could really use some help in is on a couple of verticals. The first one is like content. We're really um, excited about getting great content available for people to see on their website and to collaborate with other content creators and push them to their sites as well. The second pillar would be social media involvements. We want to make sure that we reach as many people as possible. And Rebel Trader, we've asked to head up that project to make sure that we get the message out outside of our Discord. Our Discord's important. We have an amazing community, of hundreds of people that are dedicated to the project. But we want to make sure that it lives outside of the Discord. Not everyone wants to use Discord. Some people want to use social media channels. We want to make sure we are as inclusive as possible and reach as many people as possible that way. So if you want to be involved with helping for that, please let us know. And then we also have a big need on the development side. One of the projects that's been talked about here is the development of that new DB. That's going to take a lot of work, but then also we need people who are excited and willing to help, maybe to make our processes better to make sure that we are much more effective from a IT infrastructure perspective. And so if you have the skills and you want to be part of the team, please reach out to myself or Lance or anyone here on the stream and just voice that you want to be part of this community and this team who pushes this forward. And it'll be really exciting to have you join. So it's been a great stream, and we want to end the stream with maybe some questions and answers, and talk about some of the things that you've raised throughout the entire stream.
So one thing, I'm just going to say this before I read any questions. Elrath said, and kind of in the whole thing of this stream, this is a very community-driven organization. We have a spot for you to register for in-person events if you want to host one. We have needs such as the DB, social media, IT, like all of these things can happen, and you can jump on and help the team. You don't have to be super high up or well known, but we have a spot for you, and we can definitely use you. And that's the big thing, is we want this to be a community. We want everyone to be involved. We want everyone to play and have fun with each other. And I think that's going to be our big selling point here, is just the community that we have. But I'll jump onto that, and I'll read a couple questions out, because I did pass second grade, so I can read some of the questions. So if you phrased it too hard, I might have some trouble, but we'll see there. All right. So Stinger asked a good question a couple seconds ago. So the first question I'm going to lead off for tonight. And anyone can feel free if they have any strong things to chime on this or any of them. Will there be any regulations on cards and dice for in-person play? I can kind of go ahead with this unless you guys have some feelings on it, but I feel like the main thing there, I don't think proxies will be an issue. However, I do think that they will need to be clear. Like there's no question of making something and putting it in your deck with post-it notes on it and coming out with these pieces of paper that well, this it binds is actually supposed to be a nullifier, or this is supposed to be this. Coming through it, I think, call or die to differentiate. Maybe you have 3d6s you're rolling in. One's red, one's blue, one's white, one's yellow. There's no opportunity to confuse them, or we have some kind of label system in place. And I think that, proxies will be allowed, but I don't think that there should be any ruling as far as like, I don't think you should have your pieces of paper. But do you guys feel any different on that?
Well, just to be clear, we have a set of OP announcements as already on our site. So as far as the regulations go, for it's also going to be depending on the tier of play. If you do a casual in-person event, like you should feel free to do whatever you like, right? But if you, let's say that you come to Worlds and you don't have your game together and you don't have, first of all, like we don't want to be showing up in these big conventions with printed FFG cards or like or printed FFG dice. Like we want to make sure that like FFG is made to product. We want to be respectful of that. But we want to make sure that we stick to the guidelines and regulations that have been outlined for professional OP play. And then if it's on lower tier play, then make sure that as a community you just agree to what it is that everyone in the community agrees to, and that'll be your guidelines and your rules. It's only for the higher tiers of play that will have some stricter guidelines. But that's a great point, 86. We should probably like put a refresher out there now that have officially announced, like we've announced the guidelines for in-person play, and then we've not had any in-person play. So I think most people have just forgotten about the rules and the guidelines there. So it's a great point for us to reevaluate those criteria and then put them up online.
Thank you. And we have a question from Darth here. Will the upcoming 2-player set come with 2 of everything and elite characters, or would a person need to buy 2 sets for elites?
The 2-player set will have everything you need to play the game, with you and a friend. So you won't have to, buy multiple, if you will. Well, and you don't buy it from us anyway; you just print it, right? So.
Perfect. We have some time. We're going to take some more questions, and feel free to type those out, and I can get to them. We're going to have a little bit of a delay, so just make sure that those are ready. Will this database, Game Slayer says, will this database allow other custom sets? So besides from ARH.
That's a great question. At this point, I think our initial launch is definitely going to be ARH only, and that might be an evolving conversation around other formats and how we're going to adopt that in the future. But right now, we have an immediate need, which is to make sure that the ARH community can build their decks in the ARH standard formats, and is able to incorporate those reprint lists, and that's our immediate focus. But we'll definitely keep open lines of communications around that with the community as that evolves.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like that the database will be an ARH database. So, like Elrath said, to begin with, that's the initial point of that. We want to keep it as simple for newer players to navigate, and to be able to basically just decide on their format of play if they're going standard or infinite, and the cards that are populated when they choose those formats are the cards that they can choose from. Gringo has a question. Or are we still doing questions?
Yep.
Okay.
In regards to getting the database off the ground, does it help to donate money rather than time? I don't have the skill set to help directly. So what would you guys say is
Time.
best?
We need time. We need volunteers. We need people. Right now, it's not a cost prohibitive project. It's a time prohibitive. We've got. I think that if I can really say anything that sticks within anyone that's on the chat right now or watching, we need boots on the ground is what we need. We need people really help pushing forward this project. Volunteers, obviously, donations to ARH, or that's the kind of stuff that's going to help us to do more with the physical play, in-person play. But right now, to get the database up and moving by the target dates, to anything to help with production side, whether we've got a nice little team right now, but whether it's finding the right images, or making sure we have enough. I think the main thing is making sure we have enough people in place that if something happens to an admin, there's no loss of productivity. If if Sarah has something that happens in her life that's we all have to realize that, like I said earlier, this is a volunteer project. This is something that is that can be very time consuming. That's why it's important that the people that are involved have a passion for this game, that want to make this this a priority. However, things will happen in life where this gets pushed down to the bottom, and the more people we have that are passionate and that are volunteering, um, it gives that opportunity for an admin or someone that's closely involved in it to say, hey, listen, I got to take this break. I've got to get this done, whatever it may be. And they don't have guilt or regrets regarding that. They don't feel like, golly, if I'm not there, this doesn't get done and it's going to fall apart. We don't want that anymore. We want people to be able to easily slide out of a role for whatever period of time, and this continues to operate without any loss of productivity. $5 an hour now.
So one question, I think this was maybe go to the team making cards. Oh, I just lost it. Okay, what is the main theme for Unlikely Heroes, and what inspired you? It was addressed to Rock and Troll, but is there any kind of thought you might have?
I'll get that one. So you might have noticed that most of our Zeds have a main theme. You can say that Faltering Allegiances was based around the Fallen Order game, which is an amazing game, by the way. High Stakes has lots of Mandalorian themed cards and characters. And if I were you, I would expect lots of Clone Wars inspired characters, events, vehicles, weapons, or whatnot. So I'd say the Clone Wars is such an amazing period, such dense Star Wars storytelling. So I think people will love the theme like our design team did.
There was a question earlier on the Geo Tatooine participation prizes. They were in order of what you'll get. So Heat 1 was Grief, down to Kara for Heat 3. I believe there will be an article going up in the next couple of days, just to clarify that, if you want to have a look and make sure you're in on the heat that you want the spot gloss for.
Just with everybody seeing the current cards and the promo, just curious, what promo you're most excited about? Give us another hashtag and give us hashtag Kira, because everybody really is excited for Kira. Let's be honest here. But I haven't seen any more questions posted unless you guys have seen one. I may have missed one.
I just I just really I don't see any other questions. I just really want people to there's 49 people here. There's going to be people that are going to rewatch this video. I really, really, really want people to play Destiny, and there everybody. I want this to feel like a complete community effort. Like everybody that is like, if there's 150 people that sign up for an event, I want those 150 people to all feel like they contributed to this entire project on some level. Whether it was they they host a little TTS night for them and a couple of their locals, or they're playing with their locals at their LGS. Whether it's someone sent an idea for a card, or contributed art, or um, helped with a website issue, or noticed this. Whatever. I want people to feel like they can talk to us, and that they are wanted to be part of this to make this grow. That's what I really want here. I want this to feel like one large um, community with really no one in charge of any one particular. You kind of get what I'm saying. I want everyone to feel involved with this, because it's not an ARH thing where there's 10, 12, 15 of us managing this. It needs to be everybody. Everybody needs to be involved in this, because we're all here for the same reason.
And
Also to
and
add,
so, go ahead, Sarah.
yeah, also just to add to that, like there's really small things people can do as well. Like if you're just hosting like a local in real life play with like 6 people, like take pictures, put them up on social media, sort of spread that you're playing with ARH cards, you're enjoying it. I think like those little small things can actually have a really kind of positive effect throughout the community. So like just really kind of help this initiative by just doing those tiny things is actually really quite massive.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so like right this moment, there's 49 people watching this. Those 49 people, I challenge you to, when we release the regional signups, sign up. Pay a couple bucks and get a regional kit. If you got to charge a couple bucks, or spread the expense around um, to your locals, then do that to get it. Um, but I challenge each of you to do that. I mean, how phenomenal would it be if 49 regionals are scheduled, and we start seeing that activity, those pictures, those results, all of that on social media, on Facebook, on the Discords. Um, how alive would that make this game look going into 2022? Um, and that it snowballs. I mean, um, positivity, excitement like that, it is contagious. People the cool thing I saw over the last couple of weeks were our friends in Brazil. I saw a picture of the participants. They had a tournament of sorts at one of their shots down there, and I was like, oh man, that is super cool. I mean, to see these guys are still getting together playing Destiny, it makes me want to get with my locals and get them out to the shop and start doing events there too. I know El Rathian talks about his local group down in Texas all the time. I challenge him to take some pictures next time and show those guys, show everybody what you guys are doing down there. Um, the 86 took it upon himself to test the waters and gauge interest for events with his with his uh, with his request, with his survey that he sent out. I want to. That's the kind of stuff that we want to see more of. The more people see that people are playing Destiny, the more people are going to want to play Destiny, and the more people are going to bring new people into play Destiny.
Yeah, and this is the year of you guys. So, like, 2022 is your year. As ARH, like, we had a group conversation here, right? We could have played it safe and we could have been like, well, can we do this? Could we even do a Worlds? Like, what's gonna happen next year? We could have just like sat back and watched, and we didn't want to do that. We were like, a lot of us love this game, and we want to give all the tools available. We have store kits. We'll have a two-player game for you to get your buddy together and say, hey, let's play a game. Let's introduce you to this game. We have regionals, we have galactic opens, we have worlds. Um, but we need you. We need you people that are in your local communities to print a couple of sets, print a couple of starters, and just and invite your friends, and anything we can do to help that process, we will. But your excitement and participation in these events will give us a good guideline on how to approach 2023. And I'm a little bit of an optimist here, and I hope that we're going to see, and I believe that we're going to see a lot of excitement coming out of next year, and that might propel us to the even bigger and greater things. So we really appreciate you all for sticking with us through this journey. We're coming up to 2 years, and I'm so grateful that you guys decided to gives your confidence, and that you have decided to join us on this amazing journey. Each of you have been an amazing stakeholder in the success, and we hope that we can have many more years together where we continue this amazing game. Vance, you want to close it?
No, I mean, I think, yeah, I probably did my closing statement right before you started talking. But yeah, I mean, just listen, guys. Like Elrath said, 2022 is our year. We have a lot of exciting things lined up between now and the end of the year, but those things are being built as the foundation for 2022. Um, having that emphasis on the physical play that we've all been wanting to get to, um, being present at large events, seeing players, that community feeling, hanging out together, even not even just playing Destiny, but um, just being around each other, um, getting those regionals scheduled on online, and getting those kits out to you guys. And um, I mean, I'll go ahead and tell you, if you order a regional kit, I'm going to hound you. I want pictures of it. I want you to take pictures. I want you to share that experience with the community. Um, the Everything leading up to Gen Con 2022, and still having that presence online also, because we know that it's not feasible for everybody to travel at all times. So, but we do want to scale that back a little bit with the geo stuff to encourage people to get out and play Destiny in real life, and to be part of this community, and to volunteer to run their own events, and be part of this growing project. I'm excited to see participation for next Sunday. I want to, it's a free event. We've banned mean streets. It's on a Sunday afternoon. It's free. We're giving away cash. We're giving away prizes. There's going to be a wheel. Sign up. Let's go. Let's freaking go, and let's get a lot of people um, playing next Sunday, and let's catapult that into the Galactic Open the next weekend. Get that energy and that excitement next week. Have a nice big standard event, catapult it into the next weekend with the Galactic Opens, and then move that into the upcoming spoiler season for Unlikely Heroes, and that going into the big release event, 2-player set in December, LVO in January. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, we got some cool stuff lined up here, but it's not going to work if you're not playing the game. If you're not out there, um, you know, if people are getting on TTS in the middle of the night and there's no one playing, that's you know that's a problem. So this is not going to work unless you guys want it to work. If you want Destiny to work, it's not going to be because of what El Rathian says or what I say or what Sarah said. I mean, Sarah's does with the cards or what she says or anything like that. None of that's going to work. All this work that we're putting into it is not going to translate into um, anything positive if you guys don't want to play.
Okay.
That's the main thing.
It's a great message. And with that, guys, thanks so much for tuning in from all of the ARH admins and from the ARH team. We all appreciate you so much, and we're looking forward to a great year.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.